Hello, everyone. You may have heard that Breaking Through Glass Ceilings has recently partnered with Symphony of Balloons. Symphony of Balloons offers luxury balloons for your event as well as a 360 booth. So, if you're looking to save money, simply mention that you heard about this service on Breaking Through Glass Ceilings and you can save 10% on your order. The mic is on. I'm rolling. I'm recording. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode, brand new season, of Breaking Through Glass Ceilings with Uncomfortable Conversations. Now, I promised you that I would be bringing the podcast back in a different way. I still got a lot of things I'm working on. So the way that you know this show, as far as interviewing guests and talking about the inspirational moments, it's coming back, but not just yet. But in the meantime, I decided that I definitely wanted to touch on some trending topics about things that's outside of the wrestling world. Y'all know y'all can find me at this point. I mean, this week, I was on 4 different shows. Actually, no, take away the wrestling round. I didn't do the wrestling round this week. I was in New York, and therefore there was no fan club. Also, I was up there with 3 or 4 of us was up there. So there was no fan club this week. But I was on the Masked Man show and on Cheap Heat, which is, as I'm recording this, is in post-production. I don't produce that show, but I would do the social clips. So I was doing that, just a little inside. But also, Wednesday Worldwide, of course. So, but everything is wrestling based. But there's been a lot of stuff happening, right? And I said, you know what? I want to talk about some of the things that's going on. Well, I have a platform. I figured, why not use it, right? I want to keep this feed going, obviously. Podcast feeds, and y'all know how it is. If you don't use it, you lose it, or more so, people don't listen and whatnot. So, thank you for bearing with me during this time, and hopefully you'll be interested. I'm going to try to do this every week, maybe shoot for recording and uploading on Fridays. We're going to see, but as the week goes by. But there's a couple of things I want to talk about. I probably won't jump into every trending topic, obviously, but there's 2 things that I wanted to talk about this week. And one, I'm going to start off with media beefs. Now, I've been sitting back every day while I'm in post-production. I have my television on YouTube, and I'm watching videos, and usually there's like breakout clips from your first takes, your undisputeds, your first things first, your sports after dark, any of your favorite podcasts. And y'all know I hate superlatives, but I'm just, for the sake of this conversation, usually you find those clips, right? And you talk about it, you watch that part if you don't watch the whole show. And sometimes, I'll be honest with you, I'll play it just because I'll play the whole show just because I'm working and something catch my eye. But then there's times where I will just watch the clips. But one thing I've been noticing here lately is there's been a lot of beef within the industry. Now, I grew up during a time of rap beefs. Who can forget about the Jay-Z and Nas beef, the 50 Cent and Ja Rule beef, Jadakiss and Beanie Siegel. I wasn't watching when I believe it was Cannabis and LL Cool J. If I'm wrong, you can clearly see why. But I wasn't into music heavy around that time, nor the when Ice Cube went against everybody. I saw all that through Straight Outta Compton. But then there's also sports beefs that I've seen take place over the years, especially through Twitter. But here lately, there's been a lot of media beefs. I'm like, what in the heck is going on? You got Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless. Every week, every day, it seemed like they were trading jabs back and forth throughout, since the launch of the new season of Undisputed, which then got us to the new season of First Take. And, Shannon Sharp obviously went from one to the other. If you're a wrestling fan, it was like Lex Luger going from WWF to WCW. And meaning as far as eyeballs, like, oh man, what's going to happen? You saw Michael Irvin, who used to be a regular on First Take. He was over with Skip Bayless.
But I'm seeing all these media pieces. I'm like, what in the world is going on? What happened to my journalism? What happened to my content? I know people argue that, people said the debate desk aren't real journalists. I'm not getting into that. But I was sitting back and I said, this is why the new media is taking over. At least you expect if Paul George goes on his podcast and says something about, let's say, what was it? I believe maybe Damian Lillard or somebody, you expect a response because they're going to see each other on the court. But I didn't think I would live in a world where I see Skip Bayless going one-on-one with Stephen A. Smith no, this is how this was supposed to go. No, this is how this was supposed to go down. Then you got like Marcellus Wiley has his own channel that really just regurgitates all of this. So if you're looking to catch up on it, you can watch it there. Then you turn on, you got like other podcasts talking about this. And I'm like, why aren't we talking about what's happening on sports? Baseball has been incredible, which is going to be the second part of this show. But baseball has been incredible. We're this close to October. And guess what? My Baltimore Orioles are playing. They're going to be players. They're going to be contenders for the World Series. The first time really since 2014. Yeah, they was in there 2016, but we all know how that ended. But I'm like, why are we putting this energy? And this is how you knew football season hadn't really got started yet. Because then all the beef was about different content creators or different journalists going back and forth. And, so it's unfortunate that we have all this happening. If you on wrestling Twitter, this is all I'm going to say about this. You've seen a lot of things transpire. And at the risk of, I'll say, I support everybody in wrestling Twitter who's doing something positive. I support the wrestling content creators who are doing stuff positive to elevate the business that we love called professional wrestling, to create content about things that they enjoy. I'm not really one to watch a lot of stuff where people are complaining. I'll give everybody's podcast a chance. I'm gonna tell you straight up right here, right now. Here it is. Y'all want to know the way I operate? I give everybody's podcast a chance. If the audio is bad and it doesn't get any better, I'm turned off. If I feel like all it's doing is complaining and everybody's just going on there to rip the product apart, I'm turning it off. I'm being real. I love wrestling. And it's one thing to talk about something that you notice or something you don't like. It's another thing to just like constantly bash it, right? You will never get on any platform hearing me talk about certain wrestlers because I don't have anything positive to say about them. Certain athletes. Now, if you ask about them into the context of what they're doing in between the ropes or on the field, and it's something relevant or something important at the time, yeah, I'll give my opinion. But if it's certain like way I feel, I'm not going to waste the negative energy. So when I say I support everybody when it comes to that. What I also will be doing is staying out of things. If I don't know the full story, I'm staying out of it. So if there's anyone wondering why I haven't said anything about X subject, it's because I don't have the full story. And again, I support everyone who's doing wrestling content for the greater good in a positive light, and they're looking to elevate the business that we love. And as Stone Cold Steve Austin would say, that's all I got to say about that. So what a year's been. How'd y'all enjoy the summer? For me, this was the best summer. I can't even I thank God every day for it, right? I got a chance to go to SummerSlam, got a chance to take my kids. to Monday Night Raw. I got a chance to go to SmackDown at Madison Square Garden with very close friends of mine. I got a chance to go to BlurredCon, and I also got a chance to go. I did AEW. Technically, it's right at the end of the summer, but it was the last day or last 2 days of the summer. I got a chance to go to AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. I feel like there was another WWE show in there, but and then also just getting the chance to see a lot of people. So it's been an incredible summer. I'm really looking forward to the fall, the winter, and I never say that, but this was a hot summer. I'm kind of ready to put the hoodies on. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for a little breeze. I'm ready for that. I want to know what y'all think. Did y'all enjoy y'all summer? 2022 was one of the most challenging years in my life, but 2023 was amazing. Honestly, if I take out January and move forward, everything was just great. So January had a little residue from 2022, a little residue. But, February, things, got in order. April, probably the best month. I mean, WrestleMania. I got to see the Tribal Chief win. Then baseball started and the Orioles came out the gate swinging. And that was just greatness. That was greatness. So that's how I feel. I'm going to take a quick break. And, this show is still brought to you by For Your Wear. So here's a quick word from Blue.
What up? It's your boy Blue Magic, owner of For Your Wear and one half of the Mixed Tag Show. Now, I know you've seen the announcement from some of your favorite podcasts in wrestling. I've decided to expand my business to become a vendor so that people from the wrestling community have a better way to communicate with some of their favorites. So check out foryourwear.com and see if your favorite podcast on wrestling has partnered up with me. If not, let them know that they should. Also, if you're looking for a vendor for your merchandise, reach out to me at Blue Magic Grind, spell how it sound on Twitter and Instagram, or at For Your Wear, FORURWEAR, on Twitter and on Instagram. Shout out to Brian H. Waters and Breaking Through Glass Ceilings. Their merchandise are already up, and they're one of the first one that's reported, so go support them. All right? Peace.
And I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. So that is, these podcasts won't be too long. I promise you that. This is open up for guests, so I'll probably bring some guests on, to talk about different things. But as far as the career highlight portion of it, as I said at the top of the show, that's going to be saved for a bigger project, a bigger space. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But just know I got something cooking. I have a lot of things cooking. I'm be real. Can I be honest with y'all? 2023, I feel like life is really just beginning for me. Yeah, 37. I've done some cool things before, obviously, but through therapy and just a lot of transitions, life is really feel like it's like, okay, I kind of know exactly what I want to do, know my purpose. One of the things I do every morning is my daily devotion. I've been found out how disciplined I am. I started the late January. Give a shout out to Ashley Baker, who suggested it. But yeah, started towards the end of January. And, I'm a spiritual person. And I do not deny that. But I read my Bible. I use the Bible app. I read the Bible daily verse. And then the devotions and that accompany that. And then I do the daily prayers. And it's been very helpful. Now, has every day been perfect? Absolutely not. But, I missed one day and I'm like, dang, I messed up my streak. And that's just from going back and forth. Like, I got up and had to start ripping and running. And that was totally my fault. But I still did it. Even going to Detroit, going to WrestleMania, I still made sure I did that. I didn't miss those days, which I'm very proud of. So, I'm very happy about that. But yeah, before we, one of the things I want to touch, the second subject I want to touch on is Baltimore sports. Y'all better start taking it seriously. Baltimore sports has been phenomenal. It feels really good to be a sports fan. I'll go back to the year 2012. That was the year the Orioles finally got it and put it together, right? As we look at their record, the team finished with 93 wins and 69 losses. And they clinched the second place in the East and that led them to go to the wild card. They had to play the play-in game, and after they played the play-in game, they won, and then they would go ahead and lose to the Yankees in 5. But this year, September 22nd, they currently sit in first place with 95 wins, 95 and 58. Now, they do have some ways to go, a couple more games, probably like less than 10, I think. I know the magic number is like 7. 7 wins, they the division champs. 2014, they won the division title again. Well, for the first time since 97, but I definitely want them. I want to be in the building. I want to be right there in Baltimore, in Camden Yards. I want to be right there if they go ahead and clinch the division at home. But if you're a Baltimore sports fan, this is a great time because just like 2012, the Ravens are hot. The Ravens would go ahead and win the Super Bowl that year. Felt like they was like, oh man, here come the Orioles. We got to win it this year. It was also like Ray Lewis last year and everything. Terrell Suggs was coming back after being hurt. So he came back, but it was wild times, but they definitely got it done. And, you know, you're looking at the Orioles. People are picking them. Of course, I'm picking them. I feel more confident in this team than I did the 2012 team, that was kind of like well, why not? Anything can happen, right? This team is sort of that way because they're so young. But if you look at the way they're playing, it's like, no, well, they are like amongst the best teams in baseball. Now, they do have to deal with the Tampa Bay Rays, who's right on their heels. They also have to deal with a shaky bullpen. But that's, it's one of those things where, they got to fight through this. No days off, maybe one day off for the rest of the season. That's Monday, I believe, but they got to fight through it. The Rays got more days off, so we're going to see. But, I encourage everybody, go to the games. Go check out the Baltimore Orioles. The Ravens are doing well, all black quarterbacks, black quarterback coach, position that people said that black people wasn't smart enough to play. And you got Lamar Jackson doing his thing. He had an MVP season. I had the opportunity to work along the sidelines that season for a couple of games, and just an incredible experience. You ain't seen football unless you've seen Lamar Jackson run down the sideline because he's like, whew. So I was at the game when he broke the rushing record, Michael Vick's rushing record, and that was an amazing time. Funny story, I was actually working as I was holding the light panel up for Erin Andrews, and I said to her, hey, Lamar Lamar got to get that, they didn't get the ball. And I said, they never got the football. Like the football's still out there. And she told the PR dude and they made sure they got it. So, shout out to me for making sure that the NFL Hall of Fame has that football, so there's that. But, I want to know how y'all doing. Let me know. If you're a sports fan, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you get ready, especially if you're a Baltimore sports fan. This could be like 1970, or 70, 71 when the the Orioles won in 70 and the Colts would win technically 71 or something like that. But yeah, this is like those times back in the day that, our grandparents and parents talk about. When the Orioles and the Colts were doing their thing, obviously 69 was a travesty when the Orioles and the Colts both lost. A series that they should have won. You hear about the 69 Mets, the Orioles were heavily favored. The 69 Colts was a Super Bowl III when they should have defeated the Jets, but it's the reason that, in my opinion, Joe Namath is in the playoff. Joe Namath is in the Hall of Fame because of that. So, but, I want to shout out everybody out there. Appreciate all y'all for your support as I get ready to wrap things up. Like I said, I'm excited to do this show. I'll talk about different things that catch my interest throughout the week or recap some things that happen throughout the week. It's also therapeutic. I get to talk to people and blessed to be able to have the knowledge on how to do this. Something I don't ever take for granted. But ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check out, you can still get a shirt, foryourwear.com. Just go on the website, go under personalities, Find Brian H. Waters, and you will see my name, and you'll see the shirt designs. You'll see the Breaking Through Glass Ceilings or No Ceilings Above Success, and maybe I'll come up with a new design sooner or later. Make sure you check me out. Follow me on all social media platforms. If this is your first time listening, thank you. I really appreciate it. I appreciate that. Appreciate everybody out there who follow me on TikTok at Brian H. Waters. I'll do the whole social breakout clips gimmick and put some stuff there as well. Until the next time, folks, the message stays the same. Do not let anyone place a ceiling above your success. So long, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to announce that I am an affiliate of Rogue Energy Drink. That is the world's #1 gaming energy drink. So, if you're looking for a safe supplement to drink to give you a boost, whether you're working out or if you're a gamer and you're spending a lot of time, we all know it can get very intense and you may tend to sweat. You need to re-up on your energy, or you're a podcaster, because guess what? The same amount of energy that they're putting into video games, we're putting into podcasting. Simply go to rogueenergy.com and enter the coupon code BrianH and save 10% off on your purchase. You can also click the link in the episode. Might be easier for you, but save 10% off any purchase on the website.